On the Millennial Weight Loss Podcast, we're going to talk about who you can trust on your weight loss journey. We're going to get into that in just a second. I'm Pete Weintraub. I'm a permanent weight loss specialist, and you're watching or listening to the Millennial Weight Loss Podcast. Guys, so first off, if you're new to the show, welcome. This show is for millennials who have 50 or more pounds to lose. When you're sick and tired of your friends, your family, your coworkers, prospective employers, maybe if you're still in the job market, whoever, judging you for being overweight, and you're ready to make that healthy change for life. That's what I'm here for. I'm here about permanent results. I'm not here for short-term 30 pounds and 30-day bullshit. This is real life advice coming from someone who's personally lost 100 pounds from my heaviest to where I am now. So getting back, who can you trust? Well, simple, me and the show. Just kidding. All right, so who can you trust on this journey? Now, you've probably seen a lot of people on Instagram, on Facebook, all over social media, and even bodybuilding.com, websites like that, who talk about how they're experts in the field. Some of them have doctorate degrees in this, and obviously you would think, okay, obviously that's someone who's qualified. Some of them have similar compelling stories like the one that I have. That's great. Life experience is awesome. Obviously, a lot of them, especially the ones who are big on social media, they look amazing without a shirt on. I don't think I look too bad myself, but obviously I'm not like those guys. So there's a lot of people out there, and it's very difficult to determine who you can trust. And it's different strokes for different folks. Some of them have these shorter term plans that I was joking about before, the 30 pounds in 30 days, 30-day fat furnace. You have to discern what you get if you go with one of these bigger name people. And I'll tell you what you're going to get. You're going to get a one-size-fits-all program. So this is the same program for you that they would do for a 40-year-old stay-at-home mom, that they would do for a 65 to 70-year-old grandparent. It's the same thing. No change. They may have modifications, but the program is essentially exactly the same. Now, that's not to say that it doesn't work, but different people have different injury histories, they have different medical conditions, they have different life experiences that may prohibit them from doing certain types of workouts. So who can you trust in that respect? Also, biologically speaking and biochemically speaking, human beings are different. So a diet or a nutritional protocol that may work for most people may not work for you, or vice versa. Maybe it will work for you. You don't know. And obviously, you can throw away some money and test it out and see if you get any results from it. But ultimately, the whole point to a lot of these people is that it's hands-off. It's a do-it-yourself program. There's no personalization. There's hardly ever any interaction. Maybe they come on once a week. They'll do a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live or something like that, and they'll answer questions, but you'll see thousands of people watching. You're going to see thousands of people sending in questions. They're only going to answer random ones that they happen to be looking at in the feed at that time. It's not really conducive to helping you reach your goal. Also, a lot of these people don't provide great nutritional programs. They'll give you maybe even an exact meal plan of what to eat over the 3 weeks, the 6 weeks, the 9 weeks, whatever the case may be. Usually never goes past 12 weeks. So it'll stay within 3 months, all of these programs. And they may even tell you very specifically, eat this amount of grams of fat, this amount of grams of protein, this amount of grams of carbs. You might do a macro ratio. You might be on a calorie deficit, whatever the case may be. But you only have the options listed in there. They may have substitutions, like if you have a dairy allergy and they're recommending you eat cottage cheese, obviously you shouldn't be eating cottage cheese in that case. You might want to get something else that will not trigger an allergic response, but it's still boring. You're not getting any variability, and ultimately you're not learning anything. You're putting your faith and your health and your weight loss in this person's hands for the next 1 to 3 months. And you may very well, like I said, see results, but there's a good chance you get bored. There's a good chance whatever they have you doing fitness-wise doesn't work out. They're not tackling sleep. It's not a holistic program, and it's not personalized to meet you and your needs where you're at. Different people have different health issues. So what you want, if you're looking for help, is you want someone who will coach you and you personally. So I'll give you an example for me. I mean, obviously I know me better than I know any of these other people, though I've done a lot of their programs. I've actually purchased them and I've read them and I've even tried them on myself, and some of them are great. The problem is they never teach you what you need to know to sustain those results, to continue to either make progress, because let's face it, unless you only have like 10, 15 pounds, in which case this show isn't for you, please turn it off. you're not wanted. I'm just kidding. But honestly, this is for folks who have a lot of weight to lose, millennials who have a lot of weight to lose. 50 or more pounds is no joke. You want to live a healthy lifestyle. You want to do this once. And if you're overweight like I was when I had to lose, well, I thought it was 70 at first, it ended up being 100 or closer to 50, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of mental anguish that comes with it. It's not just physical pain. It's not just like stiffness and tightness and lack of functionality and brain fog and all that crap. There's a lot of stuff. We doubt ourselves. Like I said, the reason that I talk about at the beginning of the show, people ragging on you, is because that is what I went through. And that was my main motivator when I was losing the weight. And I had to overcome the fact that when I got to where I wanted to be, when I looked the way I did in my after picture, it was like, okay, what's next? There's no one to prove wrong. No one who ever said anything to me looks better than me. No one who said anything to me is in better health or better shape or anything than I am. So what gives? So in any event, you want someone not only that you can trust, not only someone who looks good, not only someone who has experience, not only whether it be professional, whether it be educational, whether it be experiential, like they actually personally went through the same journey with you. Hi guys, by the way, I've done all three. You want someone who will tailor it to you. So I'll give you a perfect example. So I had a client, and she's a millennial, and she's given me permission to use this, named Lauren. And I mean, she's still a client actually. And she's a couple of years younger than I am. So I think she's 26, 27, somewhere around there, maybe 28. And she came to me out of a relationship that did not end smoothly, let's put it that way. And she was really down on herself, and she let herself go. She became complacent, and she really just wanted to make a change. Like, she was ready. She was tired. Like, her boyfriend at the time was putting her down for gaining the weight, even though he'd done the same exact thing. And she wanted to reclaim her life. And she certainly did. And in fact, in the description below, you can check out her testimonial on my website. But she really took back her life. And I have a few different types of nutritional protocol that I follow with clients. So initially it's just 80-20, it's clean it up. I teach you the sentence, which you've gone over ad nauseum: meats, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugar. And applying that 80-20. And then she went from 80-20 to just eating when she was hungry and eating high quality foods. And I mean, she was really on point, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people who deviate quite a bit more than she did. But she made this her lifestyle. It takes 66 days, so a little over 2 months, to form a habit. And she certainly formed the habit. I rarely ever see her go off track. We track her nutrition. We're going to talk about that in a second. And she really transformed her body. She didn't just lose the weight, but she transformed her body. She transformed her life. This is her lifestyle now. Eating healthy, exercising regularly. It's part of her lifestyle. And she was easy. But there are other clients I've had who they'll do that. They'll lose some weight in the first month or two, and then they'll stall out. And then we have to address other measures. So I have more advanced methods of eating. I'll recommend intermittent fasting. I'll recommend maybe a high-fat diet. And we'll try that. We'll try each one for a month. We'll see how they feel and how they're looking. And if one works, great, we'll just stick with that. And if that doesn't work, sometimes, even if it doesn't show up on our blood charts, we have hormone deficiencies. And those hormone deficiencies can result in us retaining and storing weight, even if we're eating what most would regard as high-quality food. So I'll put them on one of these diets to fix their liver, their thyroid, their adrenals. If it's a woman, their ovaries. And within 2 to 4 weeks, it starts to come again. These are temporary things just to get those hormones acting in the right way. Then they don't have to be as restrictive. That's the only time I'm ever restrictive with my clients. And then they can resume eating healthy a vast majority of the time. They don't have to be perfect. No one's perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. But when you find what works for you, and trust me, I'm hands-on, I'm personalized. We'll find what works for you. That's what we want to do. And in the spirit of that, and I mentioned this on the last show on Tuesday before my allergies flared up with the fury of 1,000 suns, I have this new program I really love for you, if you're watching or listening to this, to try me out for just $1 a day. So the way that it works is very simple. You're going to go to the link below in the description. It's also listed here, weightlossbypete.com/coach. And you're just going to sign up. You prepay. So $1 a day for a month is $30. So $30 for 1 month. And what do you get? You get my food guide, my healthy recipe book. Both are valued at $25, so $50 of value right there. You get an onboarding call with me where we make sure that you understand how it's going to work. So we're going to set you up on MyFitnessPal. We're going to sync up there, and I'm going to review your food for a week. So I'm going to ask you to eat as normal. And you're probably going to be like, well, why would I want to do that? I want to start right away. I need to see what you like. I need to see what your eating patterns are so I can provide you with a detailed dietary analysis, which is basically a 2 to 3 page report where I'll tell you, here's what you're doing well, here's what you're not doing well, and here's what I suggest. I'll give you personalized substitutes that you can utilize so you don't feel like you're deprived or like you're missing out. Then from week 2 to the end of it, I'm going to coach you every day. In the morning, I will send you a message on MyFitnessPal letting you know whether you did great or whether not. And then at the end of the month, we're going to have a coaching call where we'll see what your progress was in terms of weight loss, body measurements lost, and progress photos. Hundreds of dollars worth of value up front that you're only getting for $30. I highly recommend you take me up on it. At the very least, you'll have a very good understanding of what you need to do nutritionally in order to see the results, and you'll have me there every step of the way. And I forgot to mention that you're not just outside of the scope of communication with me on MyFitnessPal. If you ever have a question, if you're in the grocery store, you're going out to a restaurant, whatever, you can always email, text, or call me, and I will be sure to get, if I don't answer you right away, I'll get back to you within an hour or two, and I will give you an answer so that you know what you can eat on the menu, what you should cook, what you should get at the grocery store, whatever the case may be, so that you're not alone. There's someone there on this journey holding you accountable, keeping you motivated, and educating you along the way. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Tune in tomorrow for the last aspect of this great series on how to start if you have 50 or more pounds to lose. So this is Pete Weintraub, permanent weight loss specialist, signing off. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. I'll talk to you tomorrow.